All right, so next week I'm getting ready to go to Yellowstone. So I'm getting all my camera gear and stuff ready to go. So I figured I'd make a quick video of what camera gear I take with me and what all I use out there. If you've never been, it's definitely worth going. Beautiful country, tons of wildlife to see. Speaking of wildlife, got to old Toretto right here. So being all noisy, but anyways, so here's what I use. Any questions, please feel free to comment, and I'll try to answer them. But okay, so we will start with the camera bodies. I got my older D810. I've had this thing for about 6 or 7 years. This thing is a great camera. If you can find a used one, usually you can find them for about 600 to 800 or 900 bucks used. I bought it new. It was a little over 3 grand just for the body, but at the time. But if you find one used and you're just getting into photography, this is the way to go right here. This thing is great. This past year, I went ahead and bought the D850. Wasn't quite sure if I wanted to go into the mirrorless cameras at that point, which I wish I had now, but the D850 is an awesome camera. When the Z7 III comes out, depending upon what the specs look like on it, I will probably trade this in and go with the Z7 III, but it just all depends. For right now though, this D850 is awesome. It's got, touch screen on the back, the screen moves up and down, tons and tons and tons of features on it. Good image quality, good video quality, sound quality is great on it as well. So this thing is awesome. For lenses, I've used this 150 to 600 Sigma. I believe it's an f5.6, I believe. I could be wrong on that, don't quote me on that, but this, for the money, right at the $1,000 price point for this lens, is an amazing lens. I use this thing for years. I got some pictures hanging on my wall that I've taken with this. Paired with the D810 is awesome. I really haven't used it much with my 850, only because I got a new lens since then, a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer, so I typically use it. But for the money, this lens right here is awesome. The only downside to it is low light. It's not that great, but it's a trade-off, cost versus low light. So later in the evenings, sometimes it doesn't like to work as well, but the other 95% of the time that I use it, it's awesome. This here is the Nikon 500 f4G. This thing is an awesome lens. Low light, midday, all that is a great lens. I picked it up used. New, I probably wouldn't have, only because of the cost of it. It's a fairly expensive lens, but for the money I paid for it, right around 2,500 bucks, I think, isn't too bad, and it was in new condition. So well over 50% off of that buying it used. But a great lens. I've taken some nice photos with it. I haven't had any put on the wall yet, only because I just really haven't found the one that I want to put on the wall, but hopefully this trip I will make that happen. But and it comes with a nice cover for it, and the leg and that. The only downside to this thing is it is heavy, so hand holding this thing is a pain, which is why I have the gimbal mount and a decent tripod. So that comes in handy. But hand holding it or moving it from point A to point B can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So the next lens I have is the 70 to 300 telephoto. It's not too bad. Nice lens. I don't really use it a whole lot, just because it's not within the range of what I typically shoot. But when I have used it, it's it's not too bad of a lens. This here is the 24 to 70. This thing is a nice lens. It's a 24 to 70 2.8. This thing takes some amazing photos. This is probably, out of all my lenses, is probably my most used for just various types of settings and subjects and all that stuff. This thing comes in handy. And of course, if it's something far out, then obviously the 500 comes in hand, is a little bit more useful. But for general photography and getting good quality photos, this thing is great. The 35 1.8 is another lens. I really don't use that too much. This is a DX lens. I just hang on to it because it's cheap. When I do need it, it works great. But really I don't use it that much. And then I got the 50 millimeter 1.8 prime lens as well. Good lens, good for astrophotography, portraits, things like that. It's a good quality lens. And then I just got this teleconverter, so it's the it's a 1.4, so it's a TC14-2. Not quite sure if I like it yet. I've only used it in the backyard with the 500 millimeter lens attached to it. Just not quite sure if I like it yet. So we will see. We'll see when we go to Yellowstone if I like it. It'll be a good test for it if I like it, or if I just get rid of the thing. So really no pros or cons to it yet. As far as just accessories, couple straps. This one here I like. This is a nice aftermarket one. I can't remember the brand off the top of my head, and I can't find the case to it at the moment. I'll post it down below for it, but it was a fairly pricey strap, but it's comfortable and it comes in handy. And then this is the strap for my my 500 millimeter lens. I don't ever use this strap to it though. And then I got the Rode Mic Go, or Video Mic Go microphone, wired mic. Has pretty good sound for what it is. I don't do a whole lot of videoing like I should with my DSLRs. I do plan on doing that this trip though, so we'll see how it comes out. But I do plan on using this a little bit more on this trip out the Yellowstone. And then I've got the gimbal mount. This is the Benro GH2. It's a little heavy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's so much better to use this with my with the 500 f4 and even the Sigma 150 to 600 lens. This thing comes in handy. Makes things a lot more stable and convenient, where I can turn it left to right, up, down. I can adjust it all different ways. So, and it's pretty quick to set up for the most part. So, not too bad. Then I got the Benro tripod, carbon fiber with the lens coat, leg protectors on it. This thing's pretty light, so it kind of offsets the weight of everything else, but very stable. I've had this thing for probably 6 or 7 years also. I've used it quite a bit, and it's still in pretty good shape though. So, and then let's see what else we got here. Got the Benro monopod. I just got this last year, and when we were out in Yellowstone this past September, I really wanted to get a monopod, and actually had this thing on sale for like 30 bucks, I think it was. So, which normally I want to say it's about 80 bucks. I could be wrong a little bit on that, but there's the model number. It's the MAD 38A. It's not bad. It's a little heavy, but it's made out of aluminum. But once again, it'll work. It does the job great. It's sturdy. I don't feel like it's flimsy. It's gonna, you know, you can rotate this threaded bolt here to either 1/4 inch or I believe it's 3/8. Can't remember what size that is, but either way, not too bad. And then I just got this one here last week before. I really like this so far. It's got a bunch of quick disconnects, so it's got one here, or you can disconnect it down here at the bottom and just use the base, so you can get real low to the ground. The legs fold up, everything attaches, comes apart. I've actually left my heavier, my Sigma 150 to 600 on here, and it didn't fall over. It didn't act like it wanted to fall over. So, so far this this mount or this monopod is really nice. So we'll see how it does out in Yellowstone. This is first trip out there. Like I said, I just got this. It was about 125 bucks, I think, for the monopod. And then I've got the Sidekick here as well. I just got it like 3 or 4 days ago. I think it was like 35 bucks or 40 bucks on Amazon. So we'll see how this setup does. The only complaint about this here is it doesn't tilt up 90 degrees. So it's it's just a little bit of pain. So I have to see how that works once I get out there and how efficient it is, because with wildlife photography, they don't wait around for you to get set up. You got to kind of be ready to go at all times. So we'll see how that works. I got the Ceramic wireless microphones. I once again just got these as well this past couple weeks. I've used it a little bit, just testing it out, and so far I like them. There's tons of features on this. It comes with a two microphones with a magnet, so you can kind of hide them in your shirt if you need to, and they're not really noticeable. And then one receiver, and it comes with a lightning adapter as well as a USB-C adapter. And then it also comes with a bag of cables where you can hook it right into your camera. So that's that. And then into the GoPro stuff, I got these little SD card holders that off of Amazon. They're a couple bucks a piece, which so far they work pretty good. I bought 3 of them. I labeled them empty, ready to edit, and don't delete. So stuff I just never want to delete, I leave on there, which not too often, but you just slide the cards in and out there. And then I just got this box of random, it's an old, actually I don't even remember what went in here, but box of SD cards as well. Head mount for the GoPro, a lightning adapter for the GoPro. I got this battery tripod for the GoPro as well. I don't use it too often, only because I don't really like the angles that it sits at. Typically I don't need those angles, but once again I'm gonna try and use it a little bit more this trip out there and see if I can, how I like it. Of course, batteries and different battery chargers. See if I can get this thing opened up. I really like this battery charger. It's nice and slim as well, and it holds 3 batteries at one time. So you can just kind of toss it in the car, let it charge while you're driving or whatever. And then random, suction cup mount. This thing here I really like. It's I think you say Yellowstone suction cup mount. It's SCO2 mount. Works pretty good. Let's see if I can get it to work here. Yeah, so it's not coming off. So it works pretty good, and then it got some attachments which will hold the DSLR, GoPro, whatever. Just a cheap Yellowstone tripod, which kind of extends out and stuff. It's pretty nice for what it is. I shouldn't say nice, but it works good whenever I need it to. Got the Apache 3800 case. Basically, it's the Harbor Freight version of a Pelican case. I keep all my GoPro stuff in here. Everything kind of is cut out for all my stuff, or anything that I need to take anyways typically will fit in here. I still have more space. I don't have a lot of GoPro stuff anymore like I used to, so everything typically will fit in here. I tried to downsize as much as I could on it. And then I got the Pelican carry-on for my DSLR stuff, so I can usually hold the D810, D850, battery grips, couple lenses in here, accessories in here as well, SD card holders, battery chargers, things like that in here. And then at the top of it, it has different pockets to hold, SD cases, cables, wipes for lens wipes, stuff like that. So this thing has been all over the place. As you can see, it has all the stickers on it. This thing has been thrown around in the luggage, and it still survives, so not too bad. And then this one here is the Vault, Pelican Vault. This is just strictly for my Nikon, the 500mm f4. Stays in here with some of the different tools for it, and I usually keep the 35mm in here, and then the teleconverter I've just been throwing in here. But yeah, so that's pretty much the gear. SD card holders. This thing's all right. I still haven't found the perfect SD card holder, but this one works pretty good. It holds compact flash, SD, Express Type B cards in here. So, and then of course not showing, I don't have it up here, but just random bags and cases and stuff that'll go with me as well out there. But typically I will use a majority of this stuff. You know, I probably won't use this while I'm out there, but I still take it just in case, because it's in my case anyway. So in case I need it, I'll have it. But that is the layout of what I use when I'm out there. So I will post a couple pictures of some photos I've taken. Like I said, most of them will be with this 150 to 600. I'll have to see if I can find any of the 500mm stuff from last year. But yeah, so any questions about any of the gear, please let me know, or any questions about Yellowstone. I think me and my wife have been there probably 8-9 times probably. So I ain't gonna say we're experts, but we kind of know a way around. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully kind of gives you a little bit of layout of some gear you can get. Of course, you don't need all this gear to go and take photos of wildlife or whatever, but just over the years, this is just some of the stuff that I've acquired and that. So, but appreciate you watching. I know there hasn't been much content lately. Just been busy with other things. But I do appreciate you watching. Please comment if you have any questions, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.